Royal Ascot 2025 was set to be an impressive display of horses, hats, and elite society. But no one could have anticipated the major revelation that shook the monarchy and created ripples throughout the palace. The Duchess of Gloucester announced that Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, would be the only recipient of Queen Elizabeth II's famous Appleton House estate, a grand retreat celebrated for its horse riding, horse maintenance, and treasured royal getaways. This was not merely a handover of property. It was an elevation of Catherine as the protector of the Queen's equestrian heritage, overlooking other royals and sparking intense speculation. What made this choice surprise the House of Windsor, and how will it affect Catherine's future? Remain with us as we explore this royal disclosure, and remember to add your opinions in the comments section below. Royal Ascot is more than just a racetrack. It serves as a platform where the British royal family highlights their connections and conflicts, exposed under the Berkshire sun from June 17th to June 21st, 2025. The event attracted 270,000 attendees, whose applause blended with the sound of galloping horses in competitions such as the Queen Anne Stakes and the Gold Cup. King Charles III and Queen Camilla headed the royal parade. Their Ascot landau shone brightly as it traveled along the Straight Mile, accompanied by royals like Princess Anne, Zara Tindall, and the Duchess of Gloucester. However, it was the Duchess, typically a subtle influence, who created a moment that would resonate in royal history. Her statement regarding Appleton House was not simply a choice. It was a bold declaration that honored Catherine and altered the monarchy's path. Let's examine the event that transformed everything at Royal Ascot. Ascot stands as a precious gem of British heritage. Established by Queen Anne in 1711 and cherished by Queen Elizabeth II, who attended every meeting throughout her 70-year reign. In 2025, the Berkshire Racecourse was a picture of elegance, with the royal procession establishing the atmosphere each day. King Charles and Queen Camilla, along with Prince Faisal bin Salman Al Saud and Lady Sarah Keswick, rode in the first carriage, their sophistication matching that of the Windsor gray horses drawing their landau. The Duchess of Gloucester followed in a barouche, her demeanor modest yet captivating, joined by figures like Princess Beatrice and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. The races were thrilling, featuring top-tier contests such as the King Charles III Stakes and the Prince of Wales's Stakes that enthralled the audience. For the royals, Ascot is deeply personal, a tribute to Queen Elizabeth II's love for horses, highlighted by her 24 victories, including Estimate's 2013 Gold Cup win. Her absence in 2025 felt significant, yet her influence remained strong, particularly at Appleton House, the property that embodied her passion for equestrian pursuits. Few realized that the Duchess of Gloucester was about to reference that legacy in a manner that would leave the royal family stunned. The Duchess of Gloucester is a member of the royal family known for her understated resilience, recognized for her dedication to King Charles and her support of the Lawn Tennis Association at the age of 79. And her appearance at Royal Ascot was flawless. Her attire served as a tribute to the late Queen's enduring fashion sense. However, hidden behind her calm exterior, she held a confidential matter that would transform the monarchy. On the second day, at a private event in the royal enclosure, the Duchess stood up to address the group. The room, occupied by prominent royals such as Charles, Camilla, and Catherine, grew quiet as she started speaking. Her tone was firm, but filled with deep feeling. She discussed Queen Elizabeth II's strong commitment to Appleton House, an estate in Norfolk that functioned as more than a getaway. It was a vital part of her heritage, a haven for horse breeding, riding, and family cohesion. Then she delivered the shocking revelation. As the executor of the Queen's personal directives, the Duchess declared that Princess Catherine would receive Appleton House in full. Sounds of surprise spread through the room. Even Catherine, celebrated for her self-control, paused momentarily, her hand extending toward Prince William's. As the choice went beyond just transferring property, it represented an elevation of Catherine as the Queen's genuine successor, a decision that amazed the palace and sparked widespread discussion. Appleton House is far more than a simple property. It is a legendary site, a vast paradise in Norfolk that reflects Queen Elizabeth II's passion for horses and family, situated in picturesque rural landscapes. This 18th century gem features a Georgian manor, top-tier stables, and immaculate paddocks where the Queen raised champions like Desert Hero, who triumphed in the 2023 King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Stakes. The estate's stables serve as a revered destination for equestrian experts, sheltering thoroughbreds that have competed at Ascot and elsewhere. It was in this place that the Queen, dressed in her riding boots and headscarf, discovered happiness in training horses, cleaning stalls, and organizing large family gatherings that strengthened bonds across generations. Appleton House served as the Queen's private retreat, where she instructed her children and grandchildren in riding and fostered in them a deep respect for equestrian traditions. Following her death in 2022, rumors circulated about who would take over this sacred estate. King Charles, an avid race enthusiast with his own stables, appeared to be a probable recipient. Princess Anne, an Olympic-level equestrian, was another possibility, and Zara Tindall, with her silver medal, was also rumored as a candidate. Yet, the Duchess of Gloucester's announcement disrupted those predictions by designating Catherine as the estate's caretaker. What made her the choice? The reason stems from a connection formed in the stables and fields of Appleton House. Princess Catherine has consistently been a royal who captivates, and at Royal Ascot 2025, she appeared as a picture of elegance. Her clothing was sophisticated, tidy, and impressive, capturing the classic style she has introduced at every Ascot since her first appearance in 2022. However, her attendance was not just about fashion. It demonstrated her growing impact within the monarchy. Beneath the composed smiles and flawless curtsies, there exists a deep and personal connection with Queen Elizabeth II that was as significant as it was confidential. Formed in the revered surroundings of Appleton House, the iconic Norfolk property that served as the vital core of the Queen's horse-riding domain. Sources indicate that Catherine and the Queen experienced highly meaningful times at Appleton House, moments that profoundly influenced Catherine's path and resulted in this important legacy. It started with discreet invitations from the Queen, who recognized in Catherine not only a potential princess, but also a like-minded individual. At Appleton House, they rode together over the vast estate grounds, with the Queen recounting tales of her cherished horses, from her initial pony to winners like Desert Hero, who succeeded at Ascot in 2023, these outings were far more than simple leisure. They represented advanced lessons in the traditions of horse riding. The Queen, typically dressed in her headscarf and boots, instructed Catherine in the skills of horse maintenance, including grooming and breeding, with her hands guiding Catherine's as they cared for the thoroughbreds in the estate's highly acclaimed stables. During tea, in the sun-filled drawing room of the Georgian manor, their discussions shifted to matters of heritage, focusing on how to maintain the monarchy's customs while adapting to contemporary society. Catherine paid close attention, her warmth and inquisitiveness gaining the Queen's profound admiration. What distinguished their relationship was its genuineness. Away from public scrutiny, the Queen observed Catherine's fortitude, her capacity to juggle royal obligations with parenting, and her sincere affection for rural life. Informants state that the Queen valued Catherine's understated resilience, frequently noting that she possessed the spirit of an equestrian and the poise to advance Appleton House's heritage. These encounters were not solely about horses. They involved building trust. The Queen shared her aspirations for the estate with Catherine, picturing it as an inspiration for upcoming generations of royals and horse enthusiasts. It was on one such visit, beneath the oak trees at Appleton House, that the Queen quietly conveyed her desire for Catherine to receive the estate, a choice she delegated to the Duchess of Gloucester, her trusted companion. The Duchess's decision to reveal the inheritance at Royal Ascot in 2025 was intentional. Ascot represented the Queen's premier venue for showcasing her passion for horses, and Catherine's appearance there, appearing graceful and serene, mirrored the Queen's own refined style. Whispers from insiders suggest that the Queen viewed Catherine as her symbolic successor, not only for Appleton House, but for the essence of the monarchy. This relationship, cultivated in the stables and countryside of Norfolk, clarifies why Catherine was selected above others, a choice that astonished the royal household and placed her on a journey of exceptional duty. The Duchess of Gloucester's declaration at Royal Ascot in 2025 was more than just unexpected. It served as the initial trigger that started a major wave of courtly drama, the type that enthusiasts of the royal family eagerly anticipate. Designating Princess Catherine as the only recipient of Appleton House and Queen Elizabeth II's equestrian domain represented a daring decision. This choice overlooked King Charles, Princess Anne, and other family members with strong connections to the property's history. The ruling created widespread surprise within the royal circle, where the atmosphere buzzed with unvoiced inquiries about why Catherine was selected, why at this time, and what it implied for the monarchy's fragile power dynamics. Observers inside the circle murmured about favoritism, concealed conflicts, and a royal institution facing critical decisions, as the Duchess's announcement instantly altered the family's structure. King Charles, positioned at the heart of the assembly, was said to appear clearly disturbed, his smile acting as a delicate facade while he absorbed the information. As a dedicated follower of horse racing, who took on his mother's enthusiasm for horses, Charles had always been viewed as the obvious successor to Appleton House. Reports indicate he turned to Queen Camilla, his trusted advisor, whose courteous gesture concealed a hint of worry in her expression. Camilla, always the calculated planner, grasped the public implications. Catherine's advancement might strengthen the monarchy's prospects, yet it could also estrange its current members. Her understated look toward Charles conveyed a great deal, representing a quiet commitment to manage the consequences jointly. Catherine herself displayed a range of feelings, renowned for her steadfast composure. She briefly lost her steadiness, her hand naturally reaching for Prince William's beneath the table. Her eyes glistened, reflecting not only appreciation, but also the burden of an unexpected inheritance. This was more than just a property. It was a responsibility, a formal endorsement as the Queen's symbolic successor, a position that might transform her role within the monarchy. William, her steadfast support, responded to her look with intense admiration, though he too appeared overwhelmed by the emerging turmoil. His reassuring grip on her hand served as a reminder that they would confront this challenge together, just as they always had. The extended royal family introduced additional complexity to the situation. Princess Beatrice and Eugenie, sitting close by, shared looks that suggested discomfort. Catherine's rise might change their own positions in the streamlined monarchy. In the meantime, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, gave Catherine a kind smile, her encouragement providing a subtle contrast to the surrounding strain. Outside the palace, social media exploded, with supporters praising Catherine as the monarchy's future, while critics complained of unfairness and claimed it was undeserved. One social media post stated, "Charles was cheated." The Duchess of Gloucester, committed to honoring the Queen's intentions, remained resolute, though the effects of her choice foreshadowed potential conflicts. This went beyond merely Appleton House. It concerned issues of authority, allegiance, and the monarchy's upcoming era. What is the significance of Princess Catherine inheriting Appleton House? It represents a directive to preserve Queen Elizabeth II's equestrian heritage via an estate that serves as a worldwide symbol of horse-related superiority. This iconic Norfolk haven, featuring its Georgian estate and highly acclaimed stables, is far more than a simple bequest. It is a mission that Catherine is adopting with determination and passion. She imagines Appleton House as an active tribute, not just safeguarding its historic fields, but transforming it into a premier hub for breeding, training, and global thoroughbred competitions. She is also thinking about adding a museum section to the manor, displaying the Queen's racing awards and personal riding equipment, converting the estate into a destination for equestrian enthusiasts around the world. Essentially, Appleton House continues to be a family retreat. William, always encouraging, participates in Catherine's planning. His pride is clear as he observes her revitalizing the estate. Their joint experiences, from discussing designs to chuckling when Louis falls into the hay, anchor Catherine's lofty goals in affection and harmony. Her vision highlights her resilience, combining time-honored practices with fresh ideas, guaranteeing that Appleton House not only persists, but flourishes as a gem in the royal heritage. However, such daring intentions bring obstacles. Will she manage the ongoing palace disputes while advancing this significant inheritance? The Duchess of Gloucester's statement at Royal Ascot 2025 represented more than just handing over Appleton House